recording. Lair Keeper Draw and Ball is a first-person card-slinging dungeon crawler that smashes together a classic dungeon crawling mechanics with deck building combat. Build devastating decks, chain massive combos, and crawl your way through a world that looks like it was pulled off a forgotten and cursed floppy disk. If Wolfenstein 3D and Slay the Spire had a baby, this is what you'd get. Crawl it like it's 1993. Navigate dungeon rendered in chunky raycast glory at 640 by 360 with full CRT post-processing and bare dithering, secret walls, locked doors, torchlit corridors, procedural skyboxes, and an auto map that fills in as you explore. No hand holding, just you and whatever lurking around the next corner. Draw still, draw cards. Every encounter plays out through card combat. Build your deck, work towards combos, and chain together devastating turns. Heal with resolve, shrug off hits with tenacity, or go nuclear with rage and battle cry combos that convert built-up momentum into raw damage. Define your call your way. Mix and match cards for a total of 64 different starter decks, and then enter the crawl. Dungeons, twisting mazes, and open outdoor zones all play differently. Enemies wandering and hunt you. Come across chests to acquire new cards and sculpt a deck that fits how you want to play. This is a jam build. Lair Keeper Draw and Brawl was built for Dungeon Crawler Jam 2026. It's playable. It's got teeth and it's still rough in places and definitely not balanced. Expect some jank alongside the charm. I'm proud of what's here and excited about where it could go. If this clicks with you, here's how to help it grow. Play it, break it, and leave a comment. Gotcha. Requirements. Literally any GPU. It's just 12 megabytes of VRAM. Nice. All right. Music, sound effects. Jam, the majority of this jam art was created during the jam, including all relics, status effects, enemy intent, enemies with exception of bone, peon, UI, opening, cutscene, racial, sword, armor, and map progression artwork. The bone, peon, sprite, and level art were carried over from prior projects. A new tile set and art direction were developed for the jam, but ultimately scrapped in favor of existing assets. All card art was kit bashed from asset packs. No code from prior projects was utilized outside of the raycasting engine created for this jam. More on that below. Generative AI was used for code review, cleanup, as well as assistance with raycasting engine. Gotcha. All right. Okay, let's check it out. The gilded band of heroes descended into, well, that was fast for someone to want to read out loud. Yet now 5 days have waned and still they do not return from their conquest. And so that burden passed to you, still your heart and face the Lair Keeper. Nice little intro. Surrender, I'm assuming exits. Okay. Color balancing. I turned quick select off in general. Click an option to pick and advance the character creator. Okay. Let's see if we can crash everything. Native. BJ, EJ, that's kind of cool. A lot of controls. Some of the fonts are hard for me to read for what it's worth. That's cute. I usually don't like the curvature, so I'm going to turn that off. All right. Let's crawl. So you made all of this art, or this is from asset packs? I made this art yet? So it is pre-made art though. You made it in past stuff, or this was made all during the jam period? It's impressive. Versatile wanderers with stubborn, made during the jam period. Okay, versatile wanderers with a stubborn refusal to die quietly. Dwarf. So this is saying, forge your adventure. Okay, human. Let's go with the defaults. Resolve, tenacity. Ignore the first instance of damage turn, healed too. I don't quite understand confirm. Okay, then it goes to the next one. Measured material, measured martial, and built for clean, decisive strikes. Go with that. I don't know any better, so I'm just going to go with the first option on this stuff. Feels like these are sort of built. Let's go back here. Have these. Based on the colors, they feel like they are meant for each other. You know, there's a lot of things that I don't understand about it yet. So reading this text right now, not maybe useful for me because I don't know how the game works yet. There is a lot of text. I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna select these things. That gamer, welcome in. I made it way too complex, it happens. Knight, human longsword, chainmail, begin. A game like this often, and we'll see, often just having an intro level that you play through and learn the card game before I'm making I'm making decisions about my deck right now that I know nothing about. And it feels maybe important. Having just a little thing where you start out and you slowly leak those things out could be super helpful. It's a jam game though, so I get it. That gamer, how you been? Nice little map here. Whoa. Just Covino with the raid. It's just Covino, and he's great. Covino is raiding us today, you know. I'm gonna give a shout out to Covino. Just Covino, how's it going? Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Tell us all about it. Just if you guys don't know, Covino is working on a game called Astro Yoinkers. We gotta get an Astro Yoinkers command. Do I have a Yoink command? I need to add a Yoink or a Yoinkers command to this. Folks, be sure to go to check it out. Covino, drop a link if you can. Otherwise, if you got a raid and run, no worries. Covino's working on a game called Astro Yoinkers. Absolute stellar, working in Godot. Going great, made a custom key bindings menu, nice. Nice, I like when we move, we get this like sloshing effect on these. Are you using a shader for that? That's super cool. Awesome, folks, go check out Astro Yoinkers. The up-and-coming Freedom Forge epic multiplayer. Yoink your friends. You want to yoink with your friends, Astro Yoinkers, the game for you. Covino, thank you so much for the raid. Folks, we are playing Dungeon Crawler entries. The Dungeon Crawler Jam 2026. And this happens to be Critical Cunix game. Yeah, the health orbs are our shader. Really cool stuff. Yeah, thank you again so much, Covino. Appreciate it. All right. There's some bones. All right. Not sure. M for the map. There's a guy. Get him. Momentum +1 attack this turn. Swords, aggressive melee combat, build momentum for powerful finisher. Created by sword cards, lose if you end a turn. Do enjoy yoinking with my friends. It is right up your alley, Jedum. Jedum, welcome in, by the way. Hope you're doing well. If we remember, someone give Jedum a shout out in about a minute or so. Jedum's an awesome streamer as well. And just so you guys know, anyone can give anyone a shout out in my channel. Let's see if it'll work. With the SO command there. So feel free to shout out anyone you'd like. Attack for 3. Goblin. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Of course. You're one of my, you know, you never, I'm always asleep when you're streaming or streaming myself, so I almost never get to see your stream, but the few times, I've been there maybe a dozen times. Awesome stuff. How have you been? What have you been working on? All right, we'll do that. Do that. I have one more. Defense feels good. I feel like I'm gonna get attacked for 4. So this should hopefully help. All right, and we're gonna attack for 5. Got that guy. Okay, so we did manage to protect ourselves. Gonna attack for 3. We're getting attacked for 2, it looks like. Ignore the first instance of damage this turn. I'm gonna do that, which I think will prevent this. Take it easy, local. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for submitting your game. +2 to attack. Has 4. Momentum +1. I don't. Created by sword cards, lose if you end a turn without gaining momentum. Like, I don't understand momentum. Created by swords, lose if you turn. Battle stance, momentum +1, gain attack equal to momentum. Will I be able to cut through 2 enemies if I do that? Is this going to do 4 and 4, or am I only hitting 1 enemy? I select which one I want. Okay. Fatigue. Gain when your deck reshuffles during combat, reduces value by 1 per stack. Reduces value gains by 1 per stack. Okay. Don't need to heal. Attacking for 4, but there's 1 armor, so I think I need 5. Okay. All right, not too hard. Level up, choose a relic. Dusty Lens. After each combat, recover a random exhausted card. Scavenger's Pouch. Gain 2 bonus XP after each combat. After each combat, recover a random exhausted card. I like that. Am I able to... This is blocking the thing in my space. I don't know if that's important or not. Deck analysis. I honestly, and I don't know what my objective is. Right? So I supposedly have an objective. I don't know what it is. Oh no, you're fine. If you want a backseat, go for it. I find most, for me personally, when I'm watching someone play games I've made, I don't like to give instructions unless asked. Ignore the first instance of damage this turn. All right, so we have 2 attacks coming in, 1 for 2. We'll have 3 defense. We'll ignore this one. We'll get +2 attack. Let's kill this guy. Blocked. Beautiful. Drawing cards is good, but all enemies get rattled. Enemies' next attack deals -2 damage per stack. They're defending anyway. So I'm gonna get attack, momentum. Not it. Don't need to use that card. Do I save cards at the end of my turn? So let's see. If I attack, do I discard my hand? I don't. I save my card, so I can save my cards for the next turn. And then this will be enough to beat this guy. Okay. All right. See, I wanted to click on the chest to collect it. I feel like this card feels really powerful, but against multiple enemies, I want to be able to defend. So I'm gonna go with that one. Let's go back to that chest was somewhere. Does it show the chest on the map? It does not. I wonder if it's still there. Same. So those enemies maybe are choosing this. If Mona is +3, ignore enemy defense. Defense feels good. So my deck is my deck. Exhaust. I don't quite understand how things go to exhaust. Escape is always pulling this up. Just clicking away. My initial reaction when I have one of these open is to press escape to close it. It also pulls it up like that, and I can't switch between them. I have to click off. Just a weird little UI thing. Not a big deal. This guy Thindle told me use a new program to use speech to text, and that's what I'm doing. Using now in your chat. How do you feel about this? I'm not actually writing it. It's AI. Good. Munez, it's like you're talking in my ear. That wasn't a thing. Oh, that's already a chest that's been opened, I think. I do like that I can hold to move. There's so much open space in this that hold to move is absolutely necessary. Medusa. Well, we're not losing. The head bob is a lot. Most dungeon crawlers don't have such open space. Flag. Is that a setting I can turn off? No. Yeah. It's a lot of it's a very hefty bob, right? Left 4 Dead is what not to. I don't know if I've played Left 4 Dead. A toggle would be nice, yeah. I found a portal. Let's explore a little bit more. All right, I think I got everything. It was very easy here. I think I could have, even if I wasn't reading the cards, just forced my way through the situation. There's a lot of open space. Ooh, okay. Cathedral of the Bone King. Sewers, campfire. Let's do the sewers. Are these procedurally generated or handcrafted? Okay. Oop, slime. It's gonna attack for 3. So let's get our defense up. Oh, I could have just used that. I'm gonna save that though. Because the defense doesn't stay long. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and use this. Or we'll just attack for 3. So we can have some more momentum. Here we go. Defending for 6. Right, we'll do that. This should get us 8. And then it comes on. I wonder if that defense lasts for more than one turn. Intend to attack 8 times, 1 for each. Ignore the first instant damage this turn. So this would only ignore one of those, I believe. So we want to have lots of armor. Keep our momentum going. So I think it'll reduce it. Oh, it does lose its armor at the end of the round, just like I do. I'll get 3 armor, 2, and this will defeat it. Oh, there's more slimes. It turned into mini slime. That's cool. All right. Can heal 1. All enemies get rattled. Alright, so they're gonna deal no damage to me. I can just kill, let's heal. Let's kill the guy who's about to put armor on. Oh, it's only the first instance, okay. We'll take no damage. Keep our momentum going. Let's kill the guy that's about to do armor. Negated. Then we should be able to defeat that guy. Okay. +2. First time you take damage each combat, draw 1 card. Bonus experience seems good? Question mark. Choose a card. Defend +3 if attacks deal 5 damage. That feels strong. Are there ways to kick cards out of my deck? Campfire lets you move? Okay. Dead end. Yeah, these long hallways are atypical in most dungeon crawlers. And your hallways are, most dungeon crawlers, the hallways are also not wide. Alright, this guy is a lot. Dealing 5. I'm hoping to kill this guy and then we'll negate the 5 damage with this. So I need to do 4 damage. We'll put that on. We'll negate the first instance of damage. Get momentum and draw a card, and then we can kill this guy. Negated. Awesome. Can we do 12 damage this turn? Probably not. Let's go ahead and resolve. We get a little bit of momentum there. This will go away at the end of the turn, so I'm not gonna waste this. Let's get a little bit more momentum. Not quite sure what the glowing means. So it has 5 this turn. Intends to summon an ally. It's not gonna attack me. This will do nothing. Do I get to draw? I just saved my cards. Ooh, that feels nasty. All right, we will +3, +3. That's all my mana. Attack here. Ah, the combat broke visually when you did that. Gotcha. attacking for 5. We can probably defeat this guy here. Oh, did I miss momentum or did I consume it? Hang on. Momentum, defense. No reason to increase this again. We're gonna take 2 damage. Let's kill this guy. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna summon a guy. Can I do 7 damage? Doesn't look like I can do 7 damage this turn. I intentionally chose not to play a card, but I wasn't thinking about the momentum. Alright, it's not going to be helpful. It doesn't matter. We should be able to kill that guy. We'll repost on this guy. Heal. 4. Oh my goodness. Ah, yeah, the ability for it to keep summoning another guy is gonna be rough. I think maybe limiting that to 1 or something. Yeah, I don't know if I can... There we go. That is a tough one. This is a really strong card. We're gonna add that. Hopefully I can get some heal in my next combat. And I could just progress, but let's heal. We wanna beat coming in for 3. Defend, heal. Draw a card. Doesn't matter. We could reduce the armor so that way when our resolve goes through. Okay. Attack. Attack. Forgot these were gonna turn into mini slimes. 1, 2. We need lots of armor. We'll kill the guy that's about to shield. Shield. Kill that guy. And kill that guy. I do like that the slime explodes into smaller slimes. Basic attack deals +2 damage on the first attack of each combat. Ooh. First card you play each combat costs 0. I like that. This card's strong. Being able to draw new cards is always strong. Draw cards are good. right, let's make sure we didn't miss any opportunities to gain cards in here. Okay. This is fantastic for a game jam. So polished. For this engine, you're using. I know you were posting stuff you were working on before the jam. What aspects of this were in this particular game jam? Just so everyone knows, you're allowed to work on engine components prior to the game, prior to the jam. So you can like build your movement controller. You can reuse code you've previously done. What aspects of this were made pre-jam? I'd be curious about. So for example, like my entry, I built a whole tool for doing the art for my game, as well as the basic game engine controller, and spent time thinking about how to do the perspective. Guys coming in for 3. Has 4 armor to start. Do we have repost? This is good. Can I actually get some damage in? If I do this, I do get some damage in. Bulwark. Three. I hate that I'm not going to be able to beat it, and then it's going to have 6 armor. The raycasting engine and movement with the auto map and on-screen controls were pre-jam, plus the settings menu. Those are what I'm going to repack for future DC entries. Awesome. Modular development, yeah. All right, let's get a hit in. Gonna hit me for 8. Next attack. Spend. Draw a card. Heal. Save these for the next group. Or I can kill this guy. So I'll block that. Let's get our defense in. Prevent this guy from doing those 4 attacks. We'll block those 2. Did I add? I wish I knew whether or not the card I played added momentum. I can't remember. So it'd be nice to know if a momentum was added this turn so that I don't lose this, because I can't remember if I did or not. So using AI for the engine, I'm really proud of it. Graphically, I don't think you can replicate it in Unity or Godot without actually rewriting part of their engine. I have no real issues with people using it. For what it's worth, I know a lot of people are super anti-AI. I think of it as a tool. What I have a problem with is when people say that if they're using AI, taking credit for what the AI has produced. Also, there's the ethical part of it as well. Just kill that guy using this. That's what we're gonna do. I also think AI writes really sloppy code, so if you don't know how to use it well, if you don't know much about programming, you're gonna end up in a lot of trouble anyway. Rest of combat healed for 2 instead of gaining fatigue Exhaust, remove from your deck until the end of the floor. For the rest count instead of gaining fatigue. So this means when my deck runs out, I heal for 2. Feels powerful. We'll try it. Smoldering Row, remove 1 fatigue stack. Apply 1 damage. Deal 1 damage, apply marked. Enemy defend blocks. Half. Remove 1 fatigue stack. If 2 plus fatigue, gain defend. I think I'm gonna skip. I think I like my deck the way it is. This guy, if I can kill that guy, I need to kill him. Draw a card. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I need to... the first instance of damage. I think I need to do this. So I might as well play this. Five, 6, 7, 8. As much as I can. Using AI properly is difficult. If you have a base, you can make it follow the coding structure of it and figure out things well. I agree. And I do 8 damage. Need to defend for 4. Draw a card. It can be really dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. It's a skill, just like other things. It's a. I'm not gonna be able to do 8. Defend. +3. We'll do this, and then we'll kill that slime on the first hit, I believe. Doesn't matter. Been coding for 25 years, so I feel like I can wrangle AI pretty well, but if I just used it starting out, it'd be very dangerous with the toy. Alright, can we do 12? And just take this guy out. 1, 2, 6, 7, 2, 5, 7. Yeah, we got it. Heal. You can just ignore the damage. This does nothing. Should be able to get it here though. So we take damage each combat, draw 1 card. Whenever you gain a fatigue stack, restore 1 HP. Let's go blood vial. Consume up to 3 momentum, attack for 2 damage. Consume up to. This card, am I reading it correct? Worded poorly. Consume. Does it deal 2 damage for each that I consume? Okay. Okay. That's what I was thinking it was intended to do. Because if so, that is very strong. Because you don't have to consume it. So it's flexible is how I feel about a card. All right, let's check out. One last area. Something here that would be really, really nice to have would be a little indicator saying how many enemies or treasure chests. This is something that Gimbli's games do, and I think it's great, especially for a jam. So I'm not wandering around in the dungeon. Let me know if there's something left for me to find here, or if I should just leave. Because so those couple of dead ends were not useful. It'd be really nice to know. And essentially that's what Gimbli's games. I learned that from Gimbli's. I put that in my own game after watching Gimbli's, really liking his entries. They'd say there's 5 enemies left here. There's a secret, so that you know whether or not you're wasting your time exploring. Decrepit dungeon. So just those really nice quality of life things. And you could even make it to where it doesn't show that until you find the exit. And then it says at the exit, it'll say how much is left. And then it will give you that indicator. From now on, I'll put a 1% completed perma progress indicator in my jam games night child. Genius. For the rest of the combat, attack gains +4. Cost 3 though. Like these takes all my enemies. Attack all enemies for 4. I like that. I don't know what the enemies look like. +3. We'll put that in there. Gentinius asks how long this game take to make. The jam is 9 days. And then there was some time making the engine, I believe, prior. We're going to end up using defend anyway. Let's do that. Wait, why did I get attacked? It is pretty crazy. Maybe I misread something on that card. Or maybe I already was injured. Attacks end your turn. Okay. That makes that card less great. I would have done things very, very differently. Orshi, great to see ya. How you been? What have you been up to? And Gentinius, I hope you're having a beautiful day. How much XP with game dev has thrown this up in 9 days? Would take me 90 days. I feel like that's a great question. Deal 6 down. If intent is attack, apply burning. Consume. The draw cards are good. I want more defense cards, I think. My deck's getting awfully thick. key. Is there something I can interact with? No. Hidden area, okay. Bone Reaver. Something that would be nice. Okay, it is showing. I was gonna say, knowing how much this costs before the reduction would be good for helping me decide. Defend. Momentum. Draw a card. I like that. Something that always makes me think he's doing a little jig and snapping his fingers. He's like, yeah. He's the jazzy bone reaver. Oh, I'm out of that. Defend. Let's finish him off. Exhaust for the rest of combat attacks. Oh yeah, already seen that one. I think my deck. I want more defense cards anyway, so I'm gonna skip. All right. Mad Chirpy, how's it going, friends? Folks, we go check out Mad Chirpy. Do I have a Mad Chirpy? I must. That's okay. Mad Chirpy, how's it going? Mad Chirpy's working on a point-and-click adventure game. Horror-themed point-and-click adventure game that's fantastic. Bend. Alright, now we can do... Alright, take him out this turn. Do 8. Oh, it forces me to take all of it. I wasn't thinking that is how that worked. 3. Interesting. I was thinking I could choose how much I wanted to use. At the start of each combat, heal 2. That feels good. Playing a 0-cost card gives you 1 mana once per turn. Let's go with Old Bandage. There's our exit. That's weird. I can't interact with that thing? Ooh. Yeah, I didn't want that. Battle Cry. Momentum. Iron Will. Defend. Iron Will. That will perform that. Let's do this. Get a hit in. Rage, just in case we make it to the end. Battle Cry. 5 damage coming away. I can do Battle Cry. Defeat this guy. Reduce all damage you take this turn by 3. Plus 6 attack if attack telegraph costs 0. I like defend 6. That seems powerful. Fight some more of these guns. Bone Peon. Apply 1 poison. Eesh. I'm wondering if poison goes through armor. Hit all enemies for 4. This will end my turn, so I have to be careful. This is not going to be enough. Iron Will. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I'm also not sure how poison works. And I attack 3 times. I should have done this. Damn it. Damn it. I want to undo. I definitely should have done this. Alright, we can still kill one of these. Give me an armor. There we go. Gonna summon someone. That'll reset. Take 5. Heal. Rage. Battle stance. Okay. Big attack deal +2 on the first attack of each combat. The first time you reshuffle your combat, draw 1 extra card. Sure. Been going for almost an hour on this, by the way. Consume up to 3. I want intent. Gain 4 defense and deal 3 damage, otherwise +2. We'll try that. Almost at the end? Okay. Do this. This is an attack. Passive. I have to select. I don't understand this. Okay. You're surprised I didn't wipe. Force enemy to defend. Next turn, draw 1 card. Reduce all damage you take. It's turned by 3. All damage. That one's good for those multiple, like, repeating attacks. Okay. Supposedly there's a secret in this area. Oops. My guess is it would be over here. Not telegraphed. Are you saying that I can't try and make a guess based on the empty space? Okay. Well, I will move on then. If I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. Campfire. Heal to full, short rest. I don't even know what card I would skip. Resolve is great. Iron Will. Oh, this is the cost. I thought I was saying I have 2. Ryan, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on your number 7. Stand your ground. Iron Will. Bulwark. Feel like this I don't ever use. It's very expensive and didn't seem that useful. Let's remove Bulwark. All right, Cathedral of the Bone King. Ignore enemy defense. It's expensive though. It's hard to use this in tandem. I'm gonna skip. Maybe there's a way to increase my mana. Looks like I missed a turn down here. There he is, the Bone King, the hero. That ends my turn though. What's this? Intends to give another ally a +3 attack. That's gonna be brutal. Work on just building up here, we'll defend. Tenzi an ally. This might be a good time to use this. I hate that we lose the momentum. Six attacks for 3. and repost not doing much, but we will be able to defend the damage. Wait, I don't understand why I took so much damage there. Can kill this guy. Ignores block. I'm dead then. Ignore the first instance of damage. Tends to steal 3 health. Do 8. Oh, I don't have enough. I think I die. Unless this prevents the damage. Bummer. Cool game. Cool game. Thank you. There's like a lot of replayability. Game's huge for a jam game. Yeah. Thanks for making it. Thanks for sharing it with us. I'm gonna stop the recording.